Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 7th episode of Empower Hour, a Fireside Chat by DAMAC. Today, we're going to be tackling very exciting topics such as business transformation, technology, digital transformation, project management, construction, development, sustainability, ESG, and so much more. I would like to welcome our guests today, Carlo and Lionel. Thank you so much for joining us today for another Fireside Chat episode, which we call Empower Hour at DAMAC. We like to always start by humanizing the conversation, introducing yourself, where do you come from, and just sharing something personal that no one knows about you in DAMAC. So Carlo, I will start with you.
Thanks, Mariam. Thanks for having us. So I'll talk a little bit about my background. So I grew up in Egypt. I'm half Italian, half Egyptian, been in the UAE for more than 20 years now. On the personal side, I'm a father for two boys. I do enjoy exercising and fitness to an extent as far as my time allows. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you for having me. My name is Lionel, VP of Projects and Asset Management. I've been joining DAMAC 4 months ago, coming from Singapore. So I'm really passionate about travels, going on and off on different places. So that's something that most likely everyone knows here. But there is something that has not been told yet to plenty of people, which is my first license was a gliding license. So I can be a pilot at some point.
Wow, that's amazing. So we can count on you, Lionel, if we need to take off at some point for a short trip back and forth.
Wouldn't do that.
For gliding, yes. No engine though.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I wanted to start with you, Lionel, and just to give us a brief on the role of the Transformation Office within DAMAC.
Yeah. So the Transformation Office is a specific department that is helping DAMAC to sustain keeping DAMAC at the forefront of the real estate industry, helping the organization to be kind of a benchmark for the industry. We are also aiming at helping the business to adopt new capabilities, new technologies, helping to improve on efficiencies, and really support the day-to-day of the business.
I want to pick up on technology. How important is technology to construction, and how has it really changed the construction scene in the past few years?
Technology is becoming really the backbone now for the construction industry. A lot of emphasis from everyone from across the supply chain has been on digitization. You've seen the hype on AI and leveraging AI in basically everything we do is to do with improved efficiencies and trying to get better outputs and better outcomes for our projects. Even here at DAMAC, there's a big drive from our leadership, from the chairman, for digitization, for leveraging technology and AI. And we've been across the board on all fronts having projects to do with deploying these new digital tools. And it all feeds into improving the way we do things, increasing our efficiencies and scaling up basically our capacities to cope with the amount of work that we have ahead in a smart way. So yeah, it's becoming one of the most important, I would say, backbone cornerstones of the construction industry in general, and in DAMAC also specifically.
Yeah, and that takes me to another question. What are the key elements to completing a successful project?
Obviously, enterprise-wide or just transformation at large is not an easy task. And it requires lots of effort and commitment and understanding and alignment as well. So depending on who you go to in terms of consulting firms, but the consensus is like 60 to 70% of transformation projects fail. Which means that...
How so?
Because of the secret sauce that is required to make it happen. And from those surveys, I think that the outcome is that if you are having a right understanding of what you are aiming at achieving, people understanding why do you want and why should you adopt or approach those new initiatives, making sure that they're also feeding into the vision of the company. As long as you have the commitment and the ownership of every single one individual in the company to support that transformation, and as long as you have enough let's say, enterprise-wide customer or even employee centricity to support these change management activities that are required in terms of trainings, but also understanding, communication, and the likes, then you have those three items are definitely helping you to achieve transformation success.
So you would say that it's a 360 approach.
Technology most likely will work if you are implementing it properly. Now it's a matter of making sure that people are understanding why they need to change, when they need to adopt those capabilities, and helping them to approach this in a structured fashion with enough commitment to make it happen.
We're talking about transformation. We're talking about successful projects. That takes me to lagoons. We have seen recent developments in lagoons, public recent developments, developments that we're very proud of as DAMAC. Carlo, can you provide us with a short overview of the DAMAC lagoons developments and what makes this development so exciting for investors and potential buyers?
Sure, it's a massive development. It's like you said, we're very excited about that. It's a 4.5 million square meter size of land, from which 2.3 million square meters of GFA. So it's around 9,000, more than 9,000 units development. It's quite massive. The key highlight of the lagoons is obviously the water bodies. This is what makes it different than any other community in the UAE, and it's like it gives you this waterfront experience. We have around 176,000 square meters of water bodies, around, according to the internet, like 141 Olympic swimming pools. It will give the community there, which is expected to be around 39,000 people living in it. It's a massive community, the experience of the water side or the waterfront living. It will have also water parks, an adventure zone. It will have crystal lagoons, like artificial beaches. It's gonna have a water park experience. So it provides a lifestyle that's different than any other community or what is provided by other communities in the UAE.
And can you tell us a little bit about how Mediterranean it is and where did this idea come from? Because we know that it's very focused on the Mediterranean life.
Yes, it's themed after. It's got many clusters, and they're all themed. They all have the Mediterranean theme. So where the idea came from, you have to speak with our development team. Then Dr. Baidoun and our development team, they came up with these ideas. But as far as I can say, it's holding the Mediterranean style. So as you know, our clusters are named after major Mediterranean cities. Again, it feeds into this waterfront, water side living experience. It's reflected in our designs as well. So you would be able to feel these themes as you walk around in the community. And yeah, that's the Mediterranean side of it.
We're talking a lot about water. And that takes me to a natural question of sustainability. Lionel, what sustainable practices or technologies have been integrated within the DAMAC development projects and to really minimize its environmental impact and ensure long-term sustainability impact?
I would say for water, there are a few projects that have been happening, and one of them being to recycle the water that was going into the system transformation plant and to use that water to waterage the different parts of the communities. On the energy saving side, you could be thinking of optimizing the use of the energy consumption on the buildings that we operate. We are also implementing capabilities around LED solar spotlights for the outdoor, and we are looking at different other initiatives in that manner. And I would like also to highlight that recently we've been announcing a very record in terms of number of zero lost time spent for safety. 25 million hours achieved for the safety on Cat Valley Casa Tower. So congratulations to the team.
Just to touch upon the safety method, which is quite crucial for a developer and a construction. I do know, and I'm sure that safety is of paramount to DAMAC. but we have recently shared some exciting news when it comes to safety. How do we ensure that safety is paramount and that it is very much embedded within our development and embedded within our communities on ground?
As you stated, so safety is definitely one of our priorities, and we have a strong safety framework. We have our HSE team, and we pre-qualify our supply chain based on strict safety requirements or regulations. Also, in terms of selecting our contractors, part of the selection criteria is their compliance and their track record of safety. We also have strict governance on our project sites when it comes to safety and also welfare of the laborers on site. And we do audit them. We audit the consultants that they're all doing their due diligence when it comes to safety. So the overall framework is quite strict and it's being strictly implemented, and definitely a priority on all our project sites. We do have a safety scoring for all our projects and our contractors that gets reviewed and presented to our GM on a monthly basis. We do congratulate the performers, and we also do warn the underperformers. We escalate the matters, the underperforming contractors to their leadership. We hold principals meeting with the leadership when any of their project sites are underperforming or raise any of the safety alarms. So we do take it quite seriously.
I want to ask both of you, how important is it and how can we actually implement the buy-in from everyone in DAMAC, all the departments, all the stakeholders, to take ESG seriously in every step that they take when it comes to the business transformation, when it comes to our KPIs, when it comes to achieving our results? And what are the challenges?
I think we need to be aligning all stakeholders around our ESG goals and sustainability goals. It's the next step, I believe, and everyone needs to be informed. All the stakeholders, they need to understand what we're looking to achieve. They need to understand their contribution and participation and expectations from the leadership. And this kind of alignment is going to get everyone to participate and buy into it and help actually deliver or reach that goal.
I just want to close on one question that I like sometimes to touch upon. You're new to Dubai. Yep. You've been a veteran of Dubai. I've been here for 17 years. You've been here for 20 plus. 20, yeah. What makes Dubai special? And this is really out there for our future investors, for our current clients, for our future residents. What makes Dubai so special?
I would say from my standpoint, based on what I do, it's definitely one of the most exciting places to be. When I first came here in 2004, I've seen unbelievable growth and huge construction happening, mega projects, very exciting projects that you wouldn't see anywhere else in the world. And this is really what transformed this place into what it is today. So it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the best places for living and for working. And you wouldn't find that experience anywhere else in the world, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, so my take based on the last 4 months, actually coming from Singapore, which is also quite a good place to be, I feel like that Dubai is more attractive for investors. It's more open to foreigners. Obviously, it's vibrant. The pace of the city is like crazy compared to what I've been exposed to over the past 7 years. And it remembers me at some point, Paris. I think that this is definitely an appealing place to be, to experience and be exposed to what's coming next as a human being, I would say, in the region.
I second everything that you've said right now. Dubai has been and is evolving into the greatest city in the world. On that note, I will close. I would like to thank you, Carlo and Lionel, for your time and your insights and extremely inspiring knowledge. And to our audience, thank you once again for joining us for yet another Fireside Chat episode, Empower Hour at DAMAC. Until next time, take care.